boys and girls. So we're going to continue to talk about ecosystem changes. And starting this week, we're going to be comparing different types of ecosystem changes. And we're going to be asking ourselves really two questions. We're going to be asking ourselves, are the ecosystem changes that we're studying, are they happening slow or are they happening quick? Now, slow means that it takes several years for that change to happen and for us to get some kind of different effect in the ecosystem over several years. Quick means like in a week or less, like very quick, less than a year for sure. And then the other question we're going to ask ourselves when we study different ecosystem changes, was the change caused by humans or was it caused by nature, something that humans were not in control of at all? So let's take a look at a couple examples together. So the first one I have, this ecosystem change is when a volcano erupts and covers miles of land. Okay, so let's ask ourselves, if a volcano erupts, is that a slow ecosystem change that takes several years to happen, or is that a quick ecosystem change? It's a quick one, right? A volcano doesn't take several years to erupt. That's something that happens fairly quickly. So this is a very quick ecosystem change. And the next question is it caused by humans or by nature? If a volcano erupts, humans really don't have anything to do with that. So that is something that's caused by nature, okay? So that is a quick ecosystem change caused by nature when a volcano erupts. All right, the next one, let's take a look. This ecosystem change, cutting down trees for lumber or to farm fields, okay? So cutting down trees to have lumber or to have fields to farm, all right? Is that a slow or is that a quick ecosystem change, okay? In general, if you're cutting down trees, it's not going to take a year or two to cut them down. It's going to be an ecosystem change that happens fairly quickly in less than a year's time. Now, is that an ecosystem change that's caused by humans or by nature? If people are cutting down the trees, then that's an ecosystem change that's caused by humans. Now, there are both good and bad things that can happen from those ecosystem changes. If people are cutting down trees for lumber, what's good about that is the people are getting the supplies that they need. They're going to get that lumber to be able to use it to build houses, to build other products that they need. Or they're cutting down those trees to make way for farmland, and that farmland is going to be very useful in providing food for the farmer and for the community around them. The negative effect of that is going to be those trees were once a habitat and a home for other animals that lived there, and so those animals are either going to die out or they're going to have to migrate to a new location. So with most ecosystem changes, there are both positive and negative, good and bad consequences also. All right, another example. What about this one? People that are overfishing in lakes and oceans. A lot of times there are laws and rules about how many fish you're allowed to catch in public places. And so if people are fishing too much, more than what the law allows for them to, that would cause a change to that ecosystem. It would cause an imbalance in the ecosystem, maybe not having enough fish in the lake or in the ocean anymore. So would that be a slow or a quick ecosystem change? Probably a little bit more of a slower change. If people are overfishing in the lakes or the oceans, it's going to take a while before that change causes an effect on the other animals and organisms that are in the lake or the ocean. So that's going to be more of a slow, more of a gradual kind of change. Would this be an ecosystem change caused by humans or by nature? If humans are the ones that are overfishing, then this is the ecosystem change that is caused by humans. Again, there are both positive and negative effects of this, good and bad. One positive effect of this is that the people are getting the fish that they need for food. People maybe fish more when they need more food. They can use that to supply restaurants with fish. They can use that to supply grocery stores with fish and to supply people with food. The negative effect or the bad effect of that is if a certain type of fish is taken out of a lake or out of an ocean, then that disrupts the food chain, and whatever organism that fish was eating is not going to be eaten as much and is maybe going to become overpopulated. Whatever animal was eating that fish, if that fish isn't there anymore for it to eat, then that other animal might start to die out a little bit too. It's going to affect the other animals that feed on that fish in that ecosystem if that fish isn't there as much. So there again are both positive and negative effects to that consequence, that ecosystem change. Another example, the migration of coyotes to a new area. So if coyotes migrate and move into a new area, that's going to change that ecosystem a little bit. It's going to change how those other organisms that were already there can interact with each other. So again, we're thinking, is that a slow or a quick ecosystem change? Now this one's maybe a little bit tricky. It could kind of almost be either one. It really depends on the situation that the coyotes are following here. So we could go with either example. We don't know for sure. We would need to find out more information on that one. But is this an ecosystem change caused by humans or by nature? So the coyotes migrating into this new ecosystem is kind of a natural thing that they maybe are doing. So we would go with caused by nature unless we knew more information telling us a different reason why they were migrating. We again would maybe want to know more about that situation. But this is mostly caused from nature, the coyotes themselves moving into this new area. Again, there are positive and negative things about this ecosystem change. In this ecosystem, the negative effect of the coyotes moving in would be the animals that did live there that are now getting eaten by coyotes. That's going to be negative for them. They're going to have a decrease in their population. The number of those animals might go down. But the coyotes, the positive is the coyotes maybe have a new home, a new habitat to live in. So there's the positive effect of that ecosystem change. So I want you to think about, for every ecosystem change that we have been studying and that we will continue to study, there are both good things and there are bad things that can come from those ecosystem changes. And then also we're going to be thinking about today, were the ecosystem changes slow or quick, and were they caused by humans or by nature? If you need help with today's assignment, remember to reach out to me and let me know that you need some help. Otherwise, have a great day.